so much for coming today, my good friends. So my plan today, as you can see, we got our blunt probe, we got our square edge forceps, and then we got a blunt end or round end or curved scissors, right? We're gonna dissect the rest of the cat today. We start with the ventral trunk, okay, and then we're going to go to the abdominal area. Then we're gonna do the thigh, hip, butt, and leg area. I'll most likely do the quadriceps when I get to the lower limb. I'll get to do the quadriceps mostly for the first part together with the hip and butt muscles, and then I'll do the hamstrings for the most part together with the leg muscles. And then that's how it is. So that's how I'm gonna split my video. But as you could see already, this is good because the connective tissue has been removed. So I'll do the medial side of the arm here, where we have the epitrochlearis here. That is dash dash dash, or no equivalent for the human. So it's one of the three muscles that we go over that are in the cat but not in the human. Obviously, there is also the fourth one, which I think I didn't put that on the list, which is this one, the xiphi humerales, dash dash dash. That's not in the human. But in the exam, I'll want you to know at least these three: the pector antebrachialis, which is this one, which runs on top of the pectoralis major. See, the pectoralis major is over here, you see, and then it goes underneath this, and it goes all the way to the top, and it meets the clavobrachialis, clavodeltoid, deltoid, over here, up here, okay, it's pector in front of the pectoralis major, anterior, and brachialis because it goes to the arm as well. That's the full name of it. And then the epitrochlearis, which I'm going to dissect here, and then here I'm just really going to leave it alone. I'm just going to maybe accentuate the line here, but you know that it's running on top of the pectoralis major like that. Okay, and then the pectoralis major ends here, and then this is the pectoralis minor, and then the xiphi humerales goes over here. You see what I'm saying? So the pectoralis minor also kind of goes underneath the pectoralis major like this. You see what I'm saying? So on the front here, we just have to kind of see. So if an arrow is pointing up here, pectoralis major, it's kind of down here a little bit. It's going to be pectoralis minor, and then if I ask you to identify this one here, that will be the pector antebrachialis dash dash dash, or you can say no equivalent. And then obviously this epitrochlearis dash dash dash, no equivalent, and then the last one we'll see it over here, which is cordofemoralis dash dash dash. So those are the three I want you to be responsible for. This is the male cat. So the cordofemoralis, because there are times when I could say list the three muscles in the cat that are not in the human, right? And then you'd say cordofemoralis, and then you would say epitrochlearis, and then you'd say pector antebrachialis. Okay. The fourth one will be the xiphi humeralis. It's there, but I won't. You could list it if you wanted as one of the ones that are in the cat, not in the muscle. But I'll probably just have you responsible for the three. Okay. All right. That's it, my good friends. I'm just gonna accentuate. How we could use our sharp end a little bit. This here, which is the pector antebrachialis, just so the line is a little bit more clear. I'm just picking on the connective tissue a little bit more here, okay? So you could see the line is there already, and then here, try to remove a little bit so I could see, you see? So the pectoralis major is kind of ending somewhere around here, right? And then the pectoralis minor is kind of ending somewhere around here, and then the xiphi humeralis. So there's that, okay? You can see there's the line here for that, and then there's the xiphi humeralis, which is the fourth muscle that's in the cat but not in the human, okay? So we don't really have to do a whole lot here. Make sure that okay, you see what I'm saying? I'm on this side. I'm dissecting the correct side, all right? So there's that. You guys just know that when you have, an arrow here towards the top, pectoralis major, towards the bottom a little bit, you can see the line here, would be the pectoralis minor. So I'm gonna just go ahead and free up the epitrochlearis here for a little bit. You see this epitrochlearis here on the medial side of the arm. I do that here, and then I'm gonna just put my probe underneath it like that and leave it like that. I'm not gonna cut it or anything like that, but that's what I'm just gonna do. Okay, so there's that. You can see, you can hear the connective tissue crackling a little bit, so you know you're really separating properly the muscles, the connective tissue that I like to call cobwebs, right? Yep, my record is on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. As well, you have your blunt end towards the cat like this. Don't be working like that, you know, because the sharp edge could prick your muscles or even delicate structures. So you always want to do this. So that's how you're holding the instrument, right? You guys saw that for those who did. And then cutting with an upward forward motion is how you do the action. So there's a difference between how you're holding it and how you are, you know, and how you're performing the action, correct? There's a distinction between that, okay? So if I do that, I'm gonna go underneath here. There's gonna be some blood vessels and stuff. So here, I'm gonna do this even. So do that, do that. It's like a chicken thigh. You're making me hungry. I didn't eat none. The chicken seems to be popular. Yeah, like chicken tikka masala. Hey, we got this. You know what I'm saying? Uh, my good friend, my good friend, let me see here. Cynthia is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I'm just doing that. Sometimes it looks like it's taking long, but once you gain access, it becomes simple, and you can see it on the movie over there, and then that's that. Okay, and I'm not gonna do much other than just doing that. You know, putting my little probe underneath like that. So there's the epitrochlearis, dash dash dash, no human equivalent. Pector antebrachialis, dash dash dash. Xiphoemoralis down here, dash dash dash, and then the cordofemoralis. We'll see it when we get to the butt, thigh, and hip. You know, area there. And then here for the ventral trunk, so we'll have the pectoralis major, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, pectoralis minor. And then here, I'm going to free up this part of the, and my latissimus dorsi got cut here. I think these are the guys who did it, because you see what I'm saying? It's the exact same cut on this side. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I don't think it was me who did that. I think somehow when these guys. So what I'm doing right now, there's this muscle that is over here in the human. You know, that is the serratus ventralis in the cat, because it's ventral on all fours, and serratus anterior in the human, because the human is bipedal. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes the name is different because based on the directional terms. See, I'm peeling this off. You could see it. It's called serratus because it's serrated. You know, when you have something like zigzag like this, that's what's called serration. Just like the bread knife. The bread knife is not like a steak knife. It's not straight. It's got this. It's serrated. It's got this to make sure you cut the bread nicely. So that's the muscle. It looks like that. It will have that. So what I'll do, I'll just do the first three of that serratus ventralis. I will peel them off of the intercostals. You see what I'm saying? You will be able to see the ribs as well. You know what I'm saying? When we do that, okay, do you see that, my good friend? Do you see the serratus ventralis? And here you could not see the serrated edges quite a bit, but you see it's like this, like this, like this, like this, like that. You see, it's just a little bit covered by fat. So I'm gonna just do the first three of that serratus ventralis. Do you see it? The serratus ventralis. You can see bing, 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 bing. That's the serratus ventralis. So I'm gonna peel it off of the edge here. Okay, and then so that, and then I'm gonna expose also the. So I'm just gonna cut it in a serrated fashion, just like the way it's over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just cut it like that. I'm just cutting it off of here, so that, you know, so that we could. So I said I'm gonna do 3 only. See what I'm saying? And then we are actually removing it. Sometimes you have this blood vessels. Okay, there you go, my good friends. Okay, doing, and my nose is itching. Okay, and I can't even scratch. Man, that's what always happens. You know what I'm saying? I won't die. I'll be alright. Okay, you see, my good friends. So I peeled off the serratus ventralis, serratus anterior. Okay, so be careful. In the human, it's serratus anterior. It's not serratus ventralis again. Okay, most of the muscles are gonna be like the same. You just have to repeat it, like supraspinatus, supraspinatus. You see what I'm saying? But some of them are different completely, like the rhomboid major, and then the rhomboid deus, rhomboid major, and some of them are slightly different, like this one, serratus ventralis in the cat, and serratus anterior in the human. Okay, because the human is bipedal, and you can see the ribs, correct? Can't you see the ribs? So these are intercostals. So if I point here, you'll be intercostals, intercostals. If I point to this one here, this serrated edge one, you say serratus ventralis in the cat column, serratus anterior in the human. And in the exam, in the same space, you just say serratus ventralis, comma space, serratus anterior, and you're done. And then you go to the next. Okay, you just have to spell it right for the to recognize it, and then that's it. Okay, my good friends. So there's that. So once we are done with that, so we're gonna review again, so that I only have a video with the medial side of the arm showing the epitrochlearis, right? Dash dash dash, no human equivalent. Also showing for the ventral trunk muscles, we will have the pector antebrachialis dash dash dash, pectoralis major, pectoralis major, because it's the same name, and then kind of down below a little bit, pectoralis minor, pectoralis minor. Okay, and then obviously here would be the serratus ventralis, serratus anterior, and then intercostals, intercostals. Pretty much those 4 are coming for the ventral trunk. That's all that I got. Okay, my good friends, you see what I'm saying? All right. So, can you shut it down for me?